Hey girl, I know, it's starting to get ghetto, but I'm here. Listen, I'm gonna say this one time only. Apologize in advance if the lighting's a little wonky. You know, you gotta pick your recording times at certain times of the day if you want the lighting to look a certain way. Otherwise, you're gonna get this off and off splashes. Unless you have really good quality lighting and camera equipment and shit like that. And you know, I feel like it's okay, but there are times I notice that it fucks up. So I apologize if you're one of those that are very keen on like lighting and stuff like that. Also, I know I'm late as fuck. I didn't do it on purpose. Heaven knows I didn't do it on purpose. I got sick, dog. I caught a cold. I haven't caught a cold in almost, I want to say almost 2 years. It's been at least like 15, maybe 16 months. That's a long time for me because when I moved out here, I was sick all the fucking time. I was concerned for my health. That's how much I was sick. I was always catching a cold just back to back. Just went away and it didn't come back for a long time, and I've been fine ever since. I went to the doctors, everything, like I'm talking about like before when I was always getting sick, and I was healthy and they said there was nothing wrong with me. They didn't find anything, like everything was fine. I just have a weak immune system, and I guess like moving, even though I'm from California, but I guess like moving in a different climate, because Southern California is different weather from Northern California as far as like the dryness, and I think it affected my body, especially not being used to it and being used to living in Northern California for 22 years of my life. So I think it was a big shock to my body. I've always had bad allergies. I used to have to get shots for allergies when I was a teenager. So yeah, so I caught a cold over the weekend, but I healed from it very quickly. This is like probably the quickest I've ever healed from a cold, maybe like the second quickest. And don't worry, I'm going to come back and do episode 5 literally tomorrow. Okay, I'm not doing both today because I haven't watched the new episode yet. Also, like, you know, we'll just do it in different days, but I'm here. We're here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know I'm gonna give my motherfucking opinions. I always do. So sick or not, well, I'm not sick, but I'm back and I'm better and I'm here to talk my shit. So if you fuck with it, let's get into it. Okay, so pretty much Kayla and Luke is at Luke's mom's house with his sister, and they're pretty much giving each other a rundown of what happened. You know, they're talking about it. They're all giving their opinions on the situation. Luke's mom gives her opinions. Luke's sister gives her opinions. And then Luke just tells how he feels. Kayla's pretty much like she's not open to like fucking with them no more, pretty much. Like she doesn't want them to see Isaiah no more. She feels like if they both put their hands on her, she's not going to be okay with them putting their hands on Isaiah. Especially since they don't have a relationship with him to discipline him. And she doesn't even trust them anyway. So she's good off them, especially for now. And I agree. And pretty much Luke and his family is on her side with it, and they got her back. And Luke and Kayla pretty much eventually talk about, well, they've been talking about it, but this is the first time they talk about it on camera, about him adopting Isaiah. And Luke is down with it. He says he wants to do it. So I hope if they really are going to do it, or if he's really going to do it, they proceed to do it soon, like the next episode or the next 2 episodes. We see like some paperwork start to get in play, because like Kayla said, I do agree. I feel, and I said this last time, I was like, honestly, at this point, they already have a kid together, and he's been in Isaiah's life long enough to where it's like, if he feels like he wants to be his father and legally do that, I think that's fine, even if they're not married. Now, if Kayla didn't have a baby with him, I would be like, no, what are you doing? Yep, because the difference is you guys don't have any ties. Yes, you love each other, and he loves your son, but that's about it. Because as soon as y'all break up, that'll be about it. So it wouldn't have made sense. Regardless, I don't care if y'all would have been together for 10 years. Okay, 10 years and then done. Like, no. But because you already decided to give him a baby and be a baby mama again, then it's like, well, fuck it, you already doing it, so you might as well like let him go ahead and adopt him, because he's the best baby daddy out of the ones you got. Honestly, in my opinion, you know, BRIANNA's episode, or her situation this episode, wasn't too much. It was just giving us kind of like a playback as well. But I am glad she went to get therapy. I'm glad that she is actually taking some type of accountability a little bit. and realizing that she does get angry and like kind of go off the hinges and say rude and mean things, and it's just like, Brianna, calm down, you're going too far. However, I'm glad that Brianna acknowledges the fact that she kind of blows up and acts like that because she holds it all in, and then when she feels like she's so upset or she's ready to explode, that's exactly what she does, explodes. If she goes too far, she says rude shit, she gets mean, and then it's like, whoa, what the fuck? So that's her problem. She waits until it's too much and she can't deal with it, and then she explodes. She can't do that, and a lot of people do that. I don't understand it, but that's people's preference, that's their thing. But it never really works, because then you blow up in the end. You always end up blowing up. You just wait to do it, and then when you do it, you look like the bad guy. Like she said this episode, she looks like the bad guy because it's like you waited so long. By the time you do say something, you say so goddamn much, it's like, bitch, you went too goddamn far. I mean, that's really what it comes off like, because even, like I said, I do understand where she's coming from. However, there's some times when she says stuff that's just like, you're going too far, and regardless if you're right or wrong, I mean, regardless if you're right or not, like, the way you said it, nobody's gonna like receive it. Like, it's your delivery. And also, like, just don't be disrespectful. So I'm glad that she is realizing that and taking some form of accountability and going to therapy for it. And I do feel like she did a pretty good job, like, communicating her feelings and explaining like what's been going on to the therapist, because it's crazy how, like, for most people are like this. Like, it's crazy how you can communicate so well with strangers or other people that you don't know that well. And then, like, the people you love the most, especially like your partner or your spouse, it's like you can't even tell them how you feel. It's weird. And I try not to, I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying it's really like that in these streets for people. So finally we meet KAYLA. There's another KAYLA on the show, and we finally meet her, the new girl. So there's a lot going on with KAYLA and her, not even boyfriend because they broke up, her baby daddy, I guess, Mikhail. Mikhail transitioned to be a man, and he is now living as a man who is a new father, but not with his fiance, which is KAYLA. KAYLA's 18. I don't know how, no, I lied. Is she 18? No, she went to a sperm bank. We're gonna get to that. She went to a sperm bank to have the baby when she was 18. So the baby looks like she's probably about 18 months. So I'm gonna go ahead and say KAYLA's probably 20, I think. I forgot. I didn't really pay attention. If they said it, I forgot. But she's probably 20. And the baby looks like it's under 2. She's probably under 2. And then Mikhail, I don't remember how old he is. But so it's a story, you know. First off, they went to a sperm bank at 18. Now, I mean, it happens when you are in a relationship that you're LGBT, you can't both, you know, naturally have children. That happens. But 18 is very young, you know. It's like you just graduated high school. And then she says her mother was excited about it and happy. Now, I feel like the mother did, oh, God. You know, it's really a shame because there's a lot of mothers, especially in this community, that sadly fail preparing their daughters for adulthood and the ramifications of dating men and the risks of falling in love and falling prey to making lifelong decisions in short-term relationships. A lot of mothers in this community, it happens across the board. I'm not trying to, you know, say it doesn't. It does. Believe you me. I've seen it firsthand plenty of times. But most of the time, based on the statistics, based on everything, based on personal experiences, like, mothers in this community, and fathers too, that's a whole different story. They're not even around. So that they're not even obsolete. But the mothers that are there, which most of them are, a lot of them, it's like they're, you know, it's not proper preparing their daughters for stuff like that. Like, you should not be excited. Okay, let me say this. I shouldn't say you shouldn't be excited. You should not want to encourage your daughter at only 18 years old, super young, barely fresh out of high school, hasn't experienced life yet. You should not encourage her to think it's okay to purposely get pregnant on top of that, purposely get pregnant to someone that she is not married to. But even if they were married, it still doesn't even really, in my opinion, make sense to like want your daughter to get pregnant that early or encourage your daughter to get pregnant that early, because it's like, that's just so young. It happens. It happens. But to purposely do it, to encourage your daughter to want to purposely go to a sperm bank at 18, like, that's extreme, you know? It's one thing if it happens, but to purposely, and I understand that they can't naturally do it, but it's like, that's the thing, it's like, you guys could wait. And same thing for heterosexual relationships too. It shouldn't be okay for any parent, whether the child is heterosexual, LGBT, whatever, to encourage their under 21-year-old daughter to have a child when they're still young, fresh out of high school, hasn't experienced life yet, and then on top of that, they're not even married. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's like, I understand she was going to do what she wanted to do anyway. And I'm not saying the mom should have been upset and mad at her when she found out she was pregnant, but I just feel like based on everything that was said, it's giving the mom was supported from the jump. When she probably told her mom at 17, hey, I want to go to sperm bank next year to have a baby, her mom's probably like, girl, I ain't tripping. Like, it is just lack of parenting for me. I can't. That's not something you should want your daughter to. Because as you see, it didn't work out. Yeah, okay, the baby's beautiful, she's here, healthy, but the girl ain't happy. I don't give a, you can't kick me in the toe. She ain't happy. She's sitting over here crying over this man that don't want her because he wants to do him. And honestly, I don't blame him. I just feel bad that I just feel like it was bad timing. And I do feel like it would have been nice if he would have realized this before he got her pregnant, or encouraged her to go get pregnant, because it's like, it would have been different had y'all not had a baby. Then it would have been easier for her to move on, and it would have just been easier for the situation in general. But it's like, now y'all got a baby together, so it's like, and then she talking about she want more kids, and you can tell she want more kids because really she want him. And it's sad because it's like, so many women, especially in this community, is desperate for men that they'll do anything to keep them. And it's like, even though this man don't want you, he already told you he don't want you, and he may love and care about you, but baby, that's it. He love and care about you as a friend, but you want to give him more babies. It's not going to make him stay. It's just going to burden you more. You can love your kids and they can be healthy and make you everything inside and happy, and you love them. But I don't give a damn what nobody says. There's still situations where having kids can be burdensome. And it's not the kid's fault. It's your fault for not making the situation okay before they got here. But I'm just saying, it don't help. And we're not going to pretend like when you already, not even just talking about money, but even a household situation, a structured family unit. It's one thing if you don't give a fuck about that. But if you actually do, then why would you keep building more and more kids when you don't even have a structured relationship? You guys don't know what you're doing. He don't want to be with you. He said it. He wants to do him. And honestly, I agree, he should. I just wish he would have realized this before he got her pregnant. But I do understand. I just wish she would move on too. Because it don't make it. First off, let me tell you, sweet honey baby, I'm gonna tell you right now, women, when a man tell you he don't want you, believe him. And then also, if you actually really kind of in your head feel like, damn, I'm hurt, but I really do want him back, I promise you on everything, act like you don't want him. Move the fuck on and do you. He will come back. And even if he don't, you'll find someone better on G-O-D. On G-O motherfucking D. I just think, honestly, they look great as friends. And they are best friends. They said it. And I think they look great as best friends. Like, just let it be that. It would have been nice if they would have realized that before the baby. But the baby's here. So just co-parent, be best friends. And I think Markel's doing the right thing by doing his own thing. He has to figure out himself. He's still figuring out his transition, his relationship with his mom. And then on top of that, Kayla, you still young. You like, move on, baby. Do your own thing. Find yourself. Love yourself. Okay? And then maybe in 5 years or so, you'll find someone new. And you can have a whole new family with all the babies you want. Don't rush. You're still hella young. And it's just so sad because we're not, I can do a whole video about that. We're not even gonna keep going. But let's talk about Markel and his mom. So that situation was a lot. I am glad to say that at least at the end, they kind of came to it like an emotional, tearful resolution. Okay, not necessarily resolution, but they kind of had like a talk, and it kind of seems like they have somewhat of an understanding, but there's still a lot that needs to be resolved, especially in future's time. You know, I will say I respect both of them for having this talk on camera, because this is a conversation that is hard for a lot of people to have with their parents, like specifically transitioning people, and especially like in the Black community, because even they had like the little website that was specifically for LGBT Black community, because like, you know, we have the hardest time accepting our children when it comes to that. So it's like, I do appreciate them and respect them for having the conversation. And even though it was hard, it was tough, and it was tearful, it does seem like they still, for the most part, try to hear each other out, because you could tell when the mom left and it got heated. When she came back, Markel kind of calmed down and was like, okay, let me talk. She kind of calmed down and talked. I feel like this is something that they probably need to go to counseling for, because this is a lot, and it's a lot for him and it's a lot for her. And I feel like they might need future help, professional future help. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that it will be better for both of them. And I think that it's very commendable, in my opinion, for Markel to have the mindset of like, I have to do what's best for me. And if you or anyone else doesn't respect or even accept my transition, then I'm okay with cutting you out of my life. And I love, like I'm telling you, I live for people who have energy like that, because it's just like, there's so many, and when I say so, I mean so many toxic people in this world. So many. So it's like, there's a lot of times when a lot of people really honestly need to and deserve to be cut off. But because it's like, oh, that's my grandma, that's my mama, that's my pappy. Like, people don't want to cut them off, because it's like, that's my blood, or I know them since I was 6. But it's like, at the same time, they're toxic and they're literally stressing you out. Like, literally, you have no edges now, because they keep fucking with your life, and you know it, but you keep holding on, and I don't know fucking why. Like, so I commend him and people like that, including me, because I'm very much like that, that really are just in tune with their own peace, and they know their worth, and they're like, look, I love you, but I love me more. He even said that, he said, what he say? I forgot what he said, but he said something like that, like, I choose me. I said, yes, Markel, you better choose. Girl, honey, baby. I got a lot to say about the KIAYA and KIAYA situation, so let's get into it though. What is KIAYA's sign? Because if she's a Gemini, it makes sense. If she's not a Gemini, she has to be like an Aries. I don't even think she's an Aries, but maybe Aries, or like a Virgo, or a Leo. Something like that, like some type of energy like that. Cause girl, like if she's something else, then baby, you shit. It's girl, because it's very giving, very much Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Leo, maybe Sagittarius a little bit, but it's very giving much like Gemini, Virgo, Leo, like because girl, and KIAYA gives me very much Aquarius. I would even say like maybe a Scorpio. Or, but she would be like a more chill Scorpio, because I know Scorpios are very like, I know. But there are some Scorpios, and I've met some that are very chill. So like, but they have that other side to them, though, that's turned. So it's like, I feel like KIAYA gives me that. Like, she's either an Aquarius, or she's a Scorpio, or she's like, what other sign would she be that she gives me? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, because this is what they're giving me. Let's get into it though, because like girl, because the way they argue is just very much like KIAYA and KIAYA is like, but it can get real ugly. And I just feel like what I don't like about KIAYA, when she gets upset, she's very inconsiderate, and that is very hurtful and damaging to a partner, you know, because it's like, I understand, don't get me wrong, I understand where KIAYA's coming from. I do understand that she loves her father. I understand that she misses her father and that he died and he'll never be able to see her again. But at the same time, KIAYA, you have to understand your pain is not everybody's pain. Your feelings is not everybody's feelings. And you can't put your pain and your feelings and how you handle things onto other people and expect them to just be like, okay, that's it and I'm cool with it. No, just like you wouldn't want other people to push their pain and how they would take and do certain things on you. Like, it even, okay, so in the episode it opens up, you know, pretty much showing us that KIAYA is upset that her, I think it's her dad's birthday or it's his death anniversary. I can't remember which one. So she's upset in the beginning of the episode. You know, she's crying and she's talking about it. She can't even really tell us much about it because it hurts her so much. So we don't even know how he passed. But then we also hear that KIAYA, in the same breath, is having issues with her father. She has issues actually with both of her parents. But I guess she's currently living with her father after the breakup. So her situation with him isn't good. They don't talk. He doesn't care to be in her life, she says. KIAYA's pretty much making it seem like, you know, it's pretty much never been good between her and her parents. Like, her father's never been around. He's just now stepping up and being there when she needs. But then it's like he's not really there because he physically doesn't want to be around her. They don't spend time. He doesn't check on her. He doesn't even care when she comes home. He never asks where she's at. And KIAYA's 17. Maybe she's 18 now. She might be 18. But I'm sure in the time that she moved in, she was probably 17 because she was 17 when we met her. So it's like, and then it's like, even still, like, you haven't been there prior. So it's just like, shitty father. And then you got the mother. We don't really know much about her, but they did show her on camera before. And, you know, they've been having issues because she wasn't really that accepting of her sexuality. So that in itself is an issue. And then on top of that, KIAYA pretty much kind of painted the picture that they haven't been good parents to her whole life. Like, and she even said, which I wholeheartedly agree. And a lot of parents need to get this because they feel like, oh, I brought you into this world. Whoa, I put a roof over your head. Whoa, I drive you around in my car. Whoa, you don't even know who you are. Whoa, but listen, just because you got a job and you pay rent and you got a car to take your kid around and you take them to school and you clean their ass, that is not all that is required to be a parent. You got to be there emotionally for them. You gotta literally physically be there for them. Like, be there. Literally be there. Be at the meetings. Be at the basketball games, whatever they got going on. You gotta actually do the homework. You gotta actually know where they're at. You gotta actually know who their friends are. You gotta actually ask them how their day is. Actually know what what's going on with them mentally, emotionally, physically. There's a lot that goes into it. You got to give them affection, build up their self-esteem, teach them about life, prepare them for adulthood. Like, there's so much that goes into parenting that honestly, there's no perfect parent because there's so much that goes into parenting. And with that being said, a lot of parents feel like, well, as long as I pay for rent and they got a place to stay in that motherfucker and they got food, that it. I don't gotta tell them I love them. I don't gotta tell them they're beautiful. I don't have to build up their self-esteem. I don't have to let them know about the real world. I don't have to teach my daughters about boys. I don't have to teach my sons about girls. I don't have to teach them about sex. I don't have to teach them about peer pressure. I don't have to help them out with this world. I don't have to teach them about these streets. I don't have to teach them about motherfuckers that are gonna come in and try to pretend like they're friends and then pretty much smile on their face all the time they want to take their place. I don't gotta teach them none of that because at the end of the day, I just gotta make sure that they're taken care of financially, they're fed, and when they get out of here at 18, I did my job. But really, no, you didn't. It takes more than just roofing and feeding a child to be a parent. You gotta do more than that. And her parents haven't been doing that, and that's sad. And with that being said, KIAYA feels like regardless, KIAYA should still try to make a relationship with her parents and be there and try to make it better because when they're gone, she's gonna regret it. But KIAYA said, bitch, if they die, they die. And I know y'all gonna hate me. I know it. But listen, I agree. I ain't shit. Fine. I'll take it. Look, and blame it on my sign on Aquarius. It is what it is. I'm very, and I don't know, I'm gonna say this until I'm blue in the face, so I'll never be blue. I'm very into that. Like, I don't care who you are to me. Don't care. Don't care for blood. Don't care if you birthed me. I don't care. If you disrespect me, you're not a peaceful person. You bring nothing but chaos. You disrespect me. You hurt me, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, all of them. You're not there for me. You belittle me. You hurt me. You talk about me. You try to embarrass me publicly. Like, I don't care who you are. You doing shit like that? Cut it. Like, what? No. I don't care. And I'm not going to keep trying to push a relationship with you just because you're my parent. At the end of the day, yeah, you're my parent. But like she said, Tiaza was killing me. She was not fucking around. She said, them some grown-ass folks. She was like, them some grown-ass folks. I ain't gonna keep trying to make a relationship with them grown-ass folks. They supposed to make a relationship with me. I said, bitch, you got a point. She was my dog this episode. I was like, yes, I agree. They your parents. And the parents loved it. I had you. I pushed you out. Act like it. You do it. You make it right. You call me. You check on me. You treat me with respect and then I give it back, motherfucker. Like, I don't care. Parent or no parent. If you can't do the bare minimum of being respectful, checking on me and seeing how I'm doing, and fuck that, because she's actually underage. They actually supposed to literally be taking care of her, and they're not. But Kaya want to gaslight her and make her feel like it don't matter. She should still be making an attempt to make sure they always have a relationship, even if they're not doing their part. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Kaya, you got it all mixed up, baby. I know you are very sad that your dad died, and I'm sorry. I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent, so I can't sit here and say I know what it feels like, but I'll tell you this. I know you're hurt that your dad died. But that doesn't make it okay for a parent to disrespect, neglect, and harm or put their child in harm's way while they're alive. But we supposed to forget and forgive. Well, we can forgive, but forget and build a relationship with them because, well, that's your parent and they gonna one day die? No, God. No, because I want to be at peace while I'm here. Okay? I don't care about when you die. I'm talking about when we're here. Because that's what matters. So, hey, you call me what you want, but if you don't respect me or you neglect me and you can't do what you're supposed to do for me, especially as a parent, I'm not going to force a relationship with you if you can't even do what you're supposed to do for me as a child. Them some grown-ass folks. I know that sounds harsh, but I'm dead ass. Like, it is what it is. Like, everyone, like, I swear to God, everything I'm about to say, like, Tiaza already said it. Like, it's true. We all die. One day, I'm gonna die. I am. I don't want to think about it, but it is what it is, and it's inevitable. One day, everybody's gonna die. It don't matter. What matters is how you are when you're here. Okay? And I get that she's hurt, and I think that she needs to go to counseling, Kaya. She needs to go to counseling for her daddy's death and get through that and process that. Because I feel like Kaya puts a lot of her hurt onto other people, and it's going to hinder her relationships and her progress as a woman and a mother in the future if she don't get a hold of it. Because she has a bad temper, and she has an issue of putting her pain and problems on other people when she's mad. More specifically, Tiaza, because that's her spouse. I mean, not her spouse, her partner, so... Well, actually, they're not even together right now. But and then that's the fucked up part. Kaya was supposed to put a dinner together for Tiaza, and then she ruined it herself because she wanted to get mad at her for making her own choices. Like, that's Tiaza's parents. If she don't want to fuck with her parents, she don't have to. And if she regrets it later, then hey, she's gonna have to deal with that and deal with that pain. But at the end of the day, she's doing what's best for her, at least for right now. And she has the right to do that. And it's not a child's job to mend a relationship between the parents. It's the parents' job to mend the relationship between the child. So I don't understand why parents have this mindset where they feel like they gotta get all this respect from their kids, but then they don't even respect their kids. They're disrespectful and neglectful. It don't make sense, and it don't work like that over here, not in 2021. So now we end with Rachel. First of all, Maddie is not, I mean, what's her name? Madison, she's not on this episode, so I guess they switching out the girls. So the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes was with Madison, and then now these ones are with Kayla. Like, okay, I guess. So with Rachel, she's pretty much arguing with her family, like she always do. What's new? What's new? So she's supposed to be having a nice day with her sister Mal and the babies, but they end up getting an argument because pretty much they always do. Like Rachel and her family are so, girl, they got this generational curse going on, generational cycles, where it's just like it's constant cycle. Each generation like has these kids, and this at the same time has this drug addiction or this addiction to partying and alcoholism, and they can't shake it. It's like they want to be parents, but at the same time they want to party and drug. So it's like they try to do both and then they fuck up. And then it's like, then the mom did that with her kids, and then now Rachel and her sisters are kind of doing that with theirs. So it's like we're seeing these patterns, and they just keep arguing about who's right, but y'all all wrong, and y'all all are doing the same shit. So that's what we're going to keep seeing all season. I mean, really, it's not much to say, you know. Rachel and her sister got in an argument because basically Rachel wants to move in with her boyfriend, which is fine, but not really, because it's like Rachel, like her sister said, and I agree, she has this habit of like wanting to get serious with every dude she gets with, and they don't even really be like dudes that are worthy. They literally just be like, you know, average Joe, literally Joe up the street. But I think really Mallory's issue is just that Rachel has a habit of settling down with every dude she gets with, and majority of them don't even have any potential, and it's not even like they're actually like relationship is great or anything. It's just like, well, this is my new boyfriend, so I'm gonna put all my eggs into this basket, and I want to marry him because we're together. Not because he's the love of my life, not because he's a great man that has like everything that I love and need in a husband. You know, she's too young to even think about that, but at the same time she has a child, so it speeds up the process. But it's like she just literally just gets with any dude that she's with, and it's like, okay, I want to marry him and have a family. It's like, not every dude you fuck and not every dude that you date and become boyfriend and girlfriend with is worthy of being your husband and the father of your kids. And I feel like Rachel and a lot of women, sadly, not even just women, men have this problem too. But it affects us more because we have to carry the babies and we have to take care of the babies. So we're stuck with the burden, let's be true, of the kids. So it's like, yeah. So Rachel does have that habit. And I said this week, and you know, like if you're gonna fuck around with Cody, fine. But you don't have to make every dude that you're talking to and fucking on your boyfriend. You don't have to make every boyfriend your baby daddy. And you don't have to make every baby daddy, I was gonna say your husband. Actually, you should be making your husband your baby daddy. It shouldn't be the other way around. Whatever. What do you guys think about Rachel? Honestly, I'm kind of like whatever. I'm not really surprised at this point. Like, she gives me what a lot of girls give me. Young. You know, every dude that tells you he loves you, you fall for it and you want to have his baby. So, I mean, it's what most girls do. I mean, it's not you guys' fault. I'm not blaming you, but sometimes it is very naive to think that you guys really think this shit's gonna work. But, you know, it's the signs. Y'all gotta pay attention to the signs more. And we just gotta be smarter. Like, I don't understand why a lot of women, you know, let me be quiet, because I actually personally know women who genuinely wanted to be a mom at 18, so didn't get that either. But it happens. So it's just, everybody gonna do what they want to do, and that is what it is. Look, if Rachel wants to work at the shower shop with her boyfriend, and they both work at the shower shop and move in a low-income apartment, go ahead, let them do it. She just wants to get her own place. She'll figure it out. If they're meant to be, they'll be. If not, they're not. As long as he don't put his hands on her and nothing horrible happens, whatever, he'll be fine. I just hope if they don't work out, which they most likely won't, after it's over, she doesn't go and move in with the next boyfriend. But knowing Rachel, she will. So like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want to. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And let me know what you learned. Bye.